You're sitting across from someone, and they're telling you a story. It all seems fine. Their words seem to flow naturally, but something about their behavior feels off. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's like their body is giving you small hints that what they're saying may not be the whole truth. You're not imagining it. Subtle body language clues are constantly at play, and with the right knowledge, you can begin to identify lies before the words even leave their mouth. In this video, we'll dive into how to identify those subtle body language clues, so you can start spotting deception in real time. Let's start with one of the most powerful tools of body language, the eyes. When a person is lying, their eyes can give them away, but it's not always as obvious as avoiding eye contact. In fact, some liars will make intense eye contact with you. Almost too intense. They want to convince you of their honesty, but their eyes are revealing something else. If you notice their pupils dilating or constricting, this could be a sign that they are under pressure, trying to hide something. Eyes can also become shifty, darting from side to side, especially when they're asked about specific details. This is their subconscious trying to avoid being pinned down. If you're paying attention, you'll see these small shifts in their gaze, and that's your first clue. Now, let's talk about facial expressions. A liar may try to control their facial expressions, but often it's these very expressions that give them away. Look closely at their eyebrows. When someone is being deceptive, their eyebrows might furrow in ways that don't quite match their words. They may raise one eyebrow when talking about something important, but this gesture can sometimes signal disbelief or surprise rather than genuine interest. A liar's face may show a forced smile, but it won't quite reach their eyes. Their eyes might be tense, their lips thin, all signs that their facial expressions are trying to convey something they're not fully feeling. It's subtle, but if you notice these little signs, you can start to see through their facade. Next, let's pay attention to their posture. When someone is lying, they might adopt a posture that's defensive or closed off. Their shoulders may roll forward, their arms may cross in front of them, as if they're protecting themselves from the truth being exposed. In contrast, when a person is being truthful, their posture is more open, shoulders relaxed and chest forward. They want to appear as confident as possible, but when they're trying to hide something, their body instinctively shuts down. You might also notice them leaning back or pulling away, signaling discomfort and a desire to escape the conversation. Pay attention to how their body reacts when they're confronted with a difficult question. This will reveal their true feelings about the situation. Now let's talk about the hands. Hands are incredibly expressive, and when someone is lying, their hands will often reveal more than their words. A liar may touch their face, like rubbing their nose or covering their mouth. These gestures are often signs of anxiety and self-soothing, but they can also indicate that the person is trying to hide the truth. In fact, when we lie, we may instinctively cover our mouths to prevent the truth from slipping out. Some liars might fidget with objects or wring their hands nervously, and even their hand gestures might become erratic. This can be a sign that they are feeling anxious or trying too hard to maintain control of the situation. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that their hands are often betraying them. Let's not forget about the feet. They may seem like the least important part of the body, but when someone is lying, their feet can tell a story of their own. Feet are one of the first parts of the body to react to a stressful situation, and they're also the hardest to hide. If you notice that their feet are pointing away from you or toward an exit, that's a sign that they're uncomfortable and want to get away from the situation. If they're tapping their feet or shifting them, this could indicate anxiety or nervousness. Feet are often the body's natural response to flight or fight, and if they're trying to escape the situation, their feet will tell you before they do. Finally, let's focus on how they speak. Although words can be deceiving, the way someone speaks can offer valuable insights into their honesty. When a person is lying, they may start to speak in a higher pitch as their voice tightens under pressure. They might also take longer pauses, stuttering as they try to think of a convincing response. Pay attention to how they respond to your questions. If their answers seem overly rehearsed, or if they over-elaborate, this can be a sign that they are trying to cover up the truth. Liars tend to over-explain because they want to fill in the gaps, making their story sound more believable. But if you listen carefully, you'll start to notice that their words don't always match the body language that's happening at the same time. By now, you should be getting a sense of how these subtle body language clues can reveal the truth. When you start to look for these signs, you'll begin to spot lies even before the person finishes their sentence. You'll see their eyes darting, their posture shifting, their hands fidgeting, and their feet wanting to escape. It's like a little dance happening right in front of you, a dance of deception. And once you recognize the moves, you'll be able to detect lies with ease. It's not just about being suspicious, it's about understanding that body language speaks a language of its own. A language that everyone uses, whether they're aware of it or not. So next time you're having a conversation, pay attention to the smaller details, notice the little shifts in their behavior, and see if they match what they're saying, because the truth is often hidden in plain sight. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, because you will learn tons of valuable information in the next video.